We will hit this.
I got an old school conspiracy tonight. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's cool.
If I haven't heard of it, then shame on me.
It's not a government one either. It's just like a...
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
Just a weird...
I don't want to know anything about it.
Okay. Right.
You hold the phone until we get to Conspiracy Corner.
Okay, deal.
We had to bring everybody online a little early so they could watch me get fucking nicked up, bricked up, and fucking caffeined up.
So I just read your text and I didn't lock the door.
Well, I can probably run faster, so you're getting raped first.
Took me a second. I was like, wait, by who? We don't know. That's the surprise.
All right, very quickly, go lock the door.
Deal.
Son of a bitch. Now I have to entertain these fucks all by myself. Oh, Courtney's here. You don't have to worry about it then. Come on in, Courtney. Come on back, Mikey. Hey-oh. It's motherfucking payday for the flip-flop agent. Let's go, biatches.
You want to know how mildly awkward that was? As I'm opening the door, I said, I don't want to get raped first. And then there's Courtney staring at me. I'm like, fuck.
Courtney, welcome to your first episode of Incredibly Uncensored. How you doing?
Yay.
Oh, we're doing so good.
We're just
so good.
Started.
Yes. Yeah.
Nope.
You are not currently on film unless you want to be. You want to be, baby? Pants off, dance off. I mean, at least have some decorum. We're recording, Courtney. God damn. We're back to our throuple, baby. Let's go.
I love it.
Let's fucking go.
We need to hook up the third mic as a just in case. You know, like we get a walk in here. Like
I
hey.
had that earlier because we had a different podcast earlier today, but our lovely second shifter shows up. I should have left it up. She could have joined us tonight.
Yeah.
We're in here for a solid hour. So, I mean, you do what you got to do, baby. We're already recording. We're in it to win it.
Yeah. Hopefully you can work with this.
Yeah. We're fucking 2 minutes in. It's all sorts of fucking inappropriate and shit.
All right. Well, all right. Celsius has just started.
Well, then I'm going to take my pants off if we're ready for some entertainment. Excuse me. Almost choked on my Celsius, swallowed my Nick pouch. I'd be a fucking hot mess. It'd be fucking terrible.
So how's your week been?
Oh my God. All right. So before I fucking rant for the next 45 minutes, let's talk about some good shit that's happened in our week. So for me, nothing's happened. How about you? You're up.
Well, that was quick.
Fuck! Oh, okay.
My week has not been like that. It's
okay, good.
It's getting nice out.
Okay.
Getting the vitamin D in there.
Yeah.
Work's getting busy. I mean, we got some more shit to do.
Yep.
So that's feeling good.
Sorry, I really needed to get that out.
Yeah,
between the kids and everything else. Okay, go ahead. I'm feeling better and more composed at this point
already. Hey, get it out, dude. Let it rip.
I've got like my nervous hand going. I'm getting all sweaty.
Palms are sweaty.
Upset.
Yeah.
Knees weak. Mom spaghetti.
I tried so hard.
Anybody listens to this is so far beyond me, but I don't give
so
a
hard
shit.
not to say that.
All right. So anyway, things going good.
Yeah, things are going really good.
Good.
The weather's fucking beautiful, 77 degrees today.
God,
loving it.
Love it. The only thing I'm pissed about, and again, this is making me appear to be like an Eeyore, and I'm not. At least I attempt not to be. But now I'm concerned that the crabgrass is going to sprout a little bit early, and I haven't put down my pre-emergent yet this season, so I'm a little pissed about that.
You know what?
They always say do it, as long as you do it before Easter, you're usually good. Easter's like a month away. Come the fuck on, man.
I'm going to start nicknaming you City, and we need to go to the fucking woods like twice a year and just not worry about crabgrass.
So... You'd have to kidnap me because I'm not fucking going willingly. I'm not like it's gonna have to be like, what's the one fucking show? Oh, Old School.
Oh yeah,
when everybody's
kidnapping.
Yeah. Like legitimately, you have to show up, fucking hood over me, fucking zip me up. You know, it's not gonna be good because I'm not going willingly. Fuck the woods. Oh, this is so fun. Look at all these mosquitoes and ticks and fucking dirty everything.
But there's no crabgrass. It's all leaves. So that's glass half full, right?
Okay. You can take your glass half full and fucking drown in it. If you're looking for positive Johnny today, you have not found him.
No, we're not
fucking found him.
Good news is you can. Do you bust the flamethrower out for crabgrass, or is that just a dandelion thing?
I need to re-level the yard. So I'm going to get a couple yards of like peat moss fucking delivered. I'm going to level out the yard. I'm going to overseed. I got to thatch it first. Like, I had a whole fucking thing. Like, my next 3 weekends.
Your lawn's going to be bitching this year.
Oh, it's going to be like a golf course.
So peat moss is kind of weird. Are you going to touch it? Is it going to feel, is it going to feel
what does that
weird?
even fucking mean?
So you have that weird texture thing with terracotta, right?
True, with terracotta, with gum.
Yeah, so peat moss is kind of like that. I don't know.
Well, you know I'm going to be out there in my flip-flops, so I'm going to be
feeling
feeling
that's
it.
what I mean. It's going to be all on your toes, and you're going to be out there just screaming and raking like, ah!
That's about par for the course, though. The other day when we got our first day of fucking sunshine, I stripped down to like a pair of like 5-inch inseam sweatpants shorts, and I went in my backyard and I got a fucking chair, did like the single hand like bloop, got that fucking chair out, and it was like dicks out straight to the sun. I'm just sitting there. Jessica opens, and it's like fucking 48 degrees. She
feels so good.
She opens a slider. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm getting some vitamin D."
Fuck yes.
I'm like, "Prepare for my vitamin D later." Because
this
every
is
house
enhancing my mood.
Yeah, everybody around us, they're all in 2-story fucking like colonial houses. We're the only ones that have a ranch. We're like the fucking short kid in class. So like our backyard, it's fairly fenced, but when you're back there, if you're in your like kitchen washing dishes, you're looking out your back window at me in my fucking yard, and I'm white as a fucking ghost, hairy chest, fucking got my shorts pulled up, tucked into my fucking balls so I can get as much sun on my skin as humanly possible. I'm like, let's fucking go.
That's a great tan line.
Jessica goes, "Is this what the summer's going to be like?" I'm like, "Hot dad summer, baby. Let's fucking go." Like, I ain't fucking scared at all. This is my sanctuary.
Yep.
I'm like, I ain't violating any municipal laws.
Not that you know of.
Not yet. Something's getting passed.
Yeah, until you're on the front page of the Davison newsletter.
Yeah. The Index.
Yeah, here's our president soaking it up the rays.
Dad bod chamber president. Tanning largely unclothed in his backyard early spring.
Kids are hearing about you at school like, "Dad, all the parents are talking about you."
No, the teachers call me, "Sir, you're no longer allowed at the school."
Does he have pants on? He can come if he has pants on.
Pants off, dance off, man. It's a thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Get out there. Shake what the good Lord gave you. That's what we're here for. So I've got a story. It's not my rant, because of course we have to save that. But I have a story to start off the day. Let's set the scene. I wake up this morning. I end up going to bed, I don't know, like 2 a.m. Crawl into bed, grab the wife's ass. She says no, so I fall asleep. Like an hour later, one of the girls is in there and like, "Oh, my sister's screaming, crying." And I don't ever get up for the kids. Like, short of them saying there's a fucking fire, I'm not getting out of bed. Like, handle business. If you puked, let it dry. It's easier to clean. You know, shit like that. So the one kid was sick. They ended up having a late dinner the night before because there was a bunch of shit going on at the schools, blah, blah, blah. Well, I end up waking up normal time, 5:30. Jessica wakes up. We're both getting ready for our day. She's like, "Aria got sick last night. You know, just wanted to let you know." And I'm like, "So she's staying home or going to school?" She's like, "Well, she went back to sleep and slept through the whole night. She's asleep on the couch out in the living room." I'm like, "All right, she's going to school." Well, this fucking little tiny fucking shit kicking asshole just fucking fought me for like 45 minutes. So I'm like starting my day at like 6:45 trying to wake this little fucking demon up. And she's just rolling over in covers and then opening her eyes and just like fucking mean mugging me. And like, if it were me and you on the street and you gave me that look, like I'd fucking punch you. Like, what the fuck's the matter with you, bitch? Like, this is fucking insane. And she's just, and I'm like, listen, I'm like, you've got extra recess today. Like, shit's going down. It's going to be a beautiful day at fucking school. Like, your teacher's already basically told me that you're going to fuck off all day today. It's book fair week. You know, book fair week's largely a fucking masturbatory week anyway.
For sure.
You don't fucking do anything. So I'm like, listen, babe, you're going to go to school. You're not have to do fucking anything. You're not doing math. You're not doing spelling. It's going to be story time, computers, fucking recess, and then lunch, and then recess. Like, you're not doing shit today.
Right.
And she just stares at me.
Mad that you're making sense.
And I'm like, and so finally, I'm angry texting the wife. Yep. I'm like, this fucking child will not get ready.
Your demon won't get up.
Right. And it's one of those where, like, depending on how much I wanted to battle, like, I'll grab you,
Right.
you know, and I'm not going to physically assault you, but I'm going to coax you into your bedroom and I'll dress you.
Yeah.
And I'm addressing some really stupid, fucked up shit, but I'll dress you. I'll brush your fucking teeth. I'll throw you in the car. But like, then you get to school and then are you going to be scream crying the entire time I'm dragging you up to the door? Like,
All right, see ya.
I'm trying to
Have a
like
good day.
pick my battles and I had a super busy morning. I had a ton of shit going on.
Oh.
So I'm just like, she's staying home. Jessica's like, well, are you going to stay home with her? I'm like, no, I'm not fucking staying home with her. I have shit to do. I'm a fucking adult. I'm busy.
Right.
So tough luck. So I told her, I said, no video games, no tablets, no nothing. You're going to lay on this fucking couch. You can watch TV. I said, feed yourself if you're hungry. If you throw up, clean up your mess. And I fucking peaced out.
Right.
I'm like, see ya.
See ya.
I'm like, I got shit to do, man.
Yeah.
Like, I got a whole life to lead. I do all my shit while you fuckers are at work. So, or
Right.
while you're at school. So
Yeah.
it's like, if you're not going to fucking handle business, my life's not on hold, kid.
Yeah.
I love you. You're 8 years old. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you ain't gonna.
We got cameras.
Yeah, nothing's
So
gonna happen.
Jessica's checking in like every 15 minutes. So I'm like, whatever. She's got it handled. Are you leaving? You going to stick around?
I'm here.
Let's fucking go. We got our first spectator. Our first in-person
Live
audience.
spectator.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Just too good.
Why don't careful? I'm gonna start sporting wood over here. We've never gotten a compliment before. It's always insults. It's always like, you piece of shit. Yeah. Well, I mean, well, in what should we add some context to that, Courtney?
No context needed.
Anyway, so she's just at home fucking doing her shit.
Right.
All right. So check on her, what have you. Get into the office. I've got fucking people coming in for a podcast. I got a closing I'm going to. I got all sorts of shit happening. Becky, our front desk lady, woman, person, I don't know. Can I even talk about genders nowadays? Fucking beyond me. But
Fine.
she's working over there. She's like, listen, she's like, I got somebody on the phone. She's like, it's just weird. She's like, please don't fucking hate me. Just take this call. This is the property they're calling about. I'm like, all right, I got it. No problem. It's like, I know, shame on me for being in the office. This was my own fault. Here I am doing fucking work again.
This is how your day started. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
So I get on the fucking phone and this lady, she says, this. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Can you start over? She's like, I'm out of this property. I want to know how much it is. I said, okay. And Becky had given me the address for the property. So I said, well, this property is listed for $129,900. She goes, okay. And then silence. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
but
I'm like,
but she's still on.
She's
the line.
still on the line. So I'm like, hello. She goes, yeah. She goes, there's an air conditioner in the barn. Can I have it?
Excuse me.
I'm like, no. And so
What?
then I hear somebody in the background of the phone call. Ma'am, you need to get off the phone. And I'm like, I'm like, no, you can't have the air conditioner. I said, do you have an agent that you're working with? And then she like just ignores the question completely and starts talking to this other gentleman. And then
What's happening?
she's like, so I've already grabbed the air conditioner. I can't have it. I'm like,
What?
No. I said, and I want to be very clear about this. You're trespassing. Like, that's private property, especially if you're not there with an agent. I'm like, one, you're trespassing, and two, that's theft.
Yeah. What
You're
are you doing?
stealing. She's like, well, it was just in the barn. She's like, I don't even know if it works. I'm like, you're the dumbest boy in school. I'm like, you have got to be clinically fucking dumb. Like mentally incapacitated. I'm like, did you drive there on your own? Like, are you on a bicycle? Like, what do you have going on? And so she just ends up talking to this other guy, which, and again, I'm going to follow this up, but she just hangs up on me. So I go out and I'm talking to Becky, and Becky had kind of gone through all of the same conversation with her.
What?
And so I'm like, this is fucking insane. So it's already tipped the scales, and I try not to let like individual things ruin my day, but I'm also fucking psychotic and I latch onto this shit and I'm like, how are you alive?
Yeah.
It's like a human being. You're just dumb as shit. So come to find out, I get back to the office this afternoon. Becky says, oh, got an update for you. The neighbors called the cops. because she was legitimately stealing and put the air conditioner in her car.
What the fuck?
Yeah, in her car. She put the air conditioner in her car. So like 6 cops showed up because again, it's fairly rural part of Davison.
Uh-huh.
So they were all bored as shit on a fucking Friday morning.
And they're probably wondering who the hell is this lady?
So the posse just fucking heads out and they ended up, they trespassed her. They're pressing charges because it was like a whole thing. The neighbors like called the owner's calling the cops. And I'm like, the audacity of this bitch to just fucking show up and think that she can just,
this place is for sale. I'm going to go see what's in there.
I'm like, and she did have a legitimate real estate agent, but the agent wasn't there, didn't give her like the access code, told her like, you can't go visit properties without me.
Right.
Like,
like
that's legitimately trespassing.
Yeah, there's steps here.
Imagine if somebody was in the fucking house and you see somebody in your barn stealing your air conditioner.
Yeah, hey, who the fuck are you?
You could have got shot.
Right.
Which, I mean, may have been a benefit to society as a whole. Again, not making judgments here. Innocent until proven guilty. But this bitch, dumb as a fucking box of goddamn rocks.
Like, what? So, does she go to
I'm
jail?
getting all hot and sweaty just talking about it.
Does she go to jail for that? Or do they just let her drive home?
I have no idea. I'm really looking forward to the police blotter in this week's index.
What in the hell?
I just...
That's crazy.
These are the things that, like, I hope that one day when my children hear a story like this, they'd be like, what an idiot.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, God damn, have you never watched a show or is there just no moral or ethical guidance of how life exists? You just roll on somebody's property. So like, what if I leave my garage door open and Courtney rolls in and says, oh, it's a nice lawnmower. I'm going to take this.
Yeah. Well, it was open.
What? Yeah, it was there.
Yeah, the hell?
It's existing.
They say locks only keep honest people out, right?
Valid. Touche. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's like the same thing. Did you guys see on Facebook, the one restaurant showed the lady that was doing DoorDash and she just grabbed the money out. What? The audacity.
Yeah. Like kind of looks like bloop.
And I did see one comment. Yeah. I saw one comment and I'm like, this has to be sarcasm. And again, you can't really read sarcasm through like text-based comments. But it was like somebody legitimately made the comment, oh, maybe she really needed it.
That one's hard to decipher.
Sure.
And I know that this shouldn't be the way it is.
Agreed.
Why do they mind sitting out with nobody watching it?
Okay.
That is a fair perspective.
That is a fair perspective. But I mean, if we're going to play the card, is that not victim blaming? Like, oh, that woman shouldn't have wore a skirt. Don't want to get catcalled.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. But this is a civilized society here. Okay.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be.
Touche. Here we are getting heckled by our first spectator. Feel like it's a fucking goddamn comedy show now. Fuck.
I can appreciate the opposition. Because she does make a fair point. Because, God, but that does suck. You should be able to leave a tip jar out and assume that your patrons are just going to tip you and they're not going to fucking steal it back from you, you know? Like, that's...
Right. A driver.
So what did that be?
Fuck it. We're calling out DoorDash. Fuck your drivers.
Yeah, that would be like a restaurant subcontractor. Then,
right.
Kind of, right?
Well, and so I've had those thoughts before because sometimes in my wallet, I'll have a couple $100 in my wallet and I just set it on like the portion of our one island when you walk in the house. Well, the neighborhood kids are in and out of there. Like I trust my kids. My kids don't fuck with my wallet.
Right.
You know, if they need money, they're going to ask for it. Right. But like, you got a fucking stack of C notes sitting in your wallet, and all of a sudden,
for sure,
you know, little handsy neighbor kid's like, I won't miss one. And honestly, I might not miss one just because I'm not paying attention to where I've spent it, what I've used it for, you know, what have yous. But it's like, I don't want to think the worst of people. Like, I want to think that people are mostly good, but like the human condition, I'm like, God damn. Everything's getting locked up. We're locking up it all. Oh. It's fucking crazy.
I left my wallet at Speedway. This is years and years ago, 10, 12 years ago, probably. Left my wallet. I must have like took my stuff out and I set it down on the counter, grabbed my stuff, but never grabbed my wallet. Well, I go back home. I lived in the trailer park at the time, right down the road from that Speedway.
I always knew you were a piece of shit.
Well, I was fucking
I'm
mowing.
just kidding.
I was out mowing my lawn.
This is why people don't like me. And I mean, it's perfectly valid. That was completely unreasonable to say. Shame
Well-
on you. Pull your shit together, you fuck.
Why'd you point at me when you said that?
Well, I mean, if the
But-
shoe fits, wear it, motherfucker.
Anyway, I'm out mowing my lawn and some guy and his fucking daughter pull up like, hey, we found your wallet in the trash can. Somebody grabbed my wallet off there, took all the cash out of it, and then threw it in the trash can. And the daughter found it, apparently.
So fuck the person that took all the cash, but kudos to the person that drove to your fucking home and gave you
Yeah.
your shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
My wallet was stolen out of my office.
Really?
I didn't care about the money in it.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to cancel your credit card?
Oh, yeah.
Social security card.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking
About a
kidding.
week later, one of the neighbors about a block down come up and she said,
Oh, shit.
No shit. How crazy. How crazy.
obviously I canceled the credit card.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Of
But
course.
There were things in there that
Yeah. Well, and shit like that's a huge pain in the fucking ass. You know, and I get it. It's personal responsibility. But again, to have it stolen out of your office, like that should be fucking safe.
Yeah, that's a
Right?
bitch. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying not to, I again, looking at the perspective of life, like I don't want to be overly negative. But today is just fucking shit on me. Like we were talking last week, you know, I'm trying to take the down, fuck this day into submission. Today fucked me into submission.
That's what you get for fucking yesterday. Maybe you fucked too hard yesterday.
Yeah, turnabout's fair play.
Yeah. Got to get a little back.
Sometimes a little reciprocity goes a long way. Go ahead.
So you still have a rant?
You know what? this motherfucker right here.
Oh,
Do
man.
I still have a rant? Are you kidding me? The well is deep, child. The well is deep.
Yeah, it's a which one today? Which one?
The well is deep. Well, my rant, by and large, is fairly simplistic. I just don't. I have a hard time coming to terms with boomers.
It's fair.
My parents, I'm assuming your parents based on age,
Yeah.
probably boomer-esque. The level of entitlement that these boomers feel, like even inside of restaurants and shit like that, or like I had somebody, and this is what brought it to my attention.
Mm.
I was in line and there was like 6 of us in line at an establishment, and fucking dude comes up, my dad's age, you know, mid 60s ish,
Right.
let's say right around there. And I have personal space issues, right? Proximity space issues. I like my bubble. I don't like people in my shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I had left enough space between me and the person in front of me. And he just fucking bloop, squeaks his fucking ass right in between us. And there's like it wasn't like a large area.
Right.
Like you're fairly cordoned off, and he fucking squeaks in. And I'm sitting there, and here's my millennial anxiety absolutely fucking peaked.
Yeah,
I'm like,
'cause
what, say something like this is
Right.
fucking bullshit. So I'm getting
What the
mad.
fuck are you doing?
But then my millennial anxiety kicks in. It's like, does it really fucking matter? Like, I'm not in a rush. Like, I don't really care. But then, you know, it's like the two devils on my shoulder.
Yeah, yeah.
One's like, fuck this guy. Time to tap this motherfucker on the shoulder. And then this other one's like, you're not in a rush, homie. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Fucking scroll on TikTok. It's more important to him. The bad guy won.
Say, I don't know if I could. I'd be like,
I know. And that was so like hindsight. I have myself secondhand embarrassment just thinking about it, because I was like, doop, doop, doop.
you actually did the shoulder tap?
Oh yeah. Yep. Because
line's back there, bud.
yeah, I didn't even do that. I'm like, are you in a rush? That's what I said. I'm like, because there's 2 people behind me. I said, just curious.
God.
And he goes,
deadpan?
as a matter of fact, I am. I said, okay. I said, well, good for you. The back of the line's back there. And he goes, this fucking old fuck. And I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. Right? But he says, are you going to make me go back there?
What? He said this to you?
Yes. 100%. And I'm like, I said, no. I said, but all you're doing, and because now you know me, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
my voice
Oh, yeah.
is not quiet.
Right.
And even when I whisper, Jessica's like, you don't have a whisper. You're just talking loudly, quietly. Like it's just not a thing for you. And I said, and at this point, so now my face is getting red, and I, like in the cartoons, you feel
it.
or you see the heat rising. Yep, I'm getting real fucking red.
My palms are sweating.
Yep.
Oh.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
I said, no. I said, I'm not. I said, but at least now it's clear and there's no confusion that you're a giant piece of shit. And then I just went back to playing on my phone. And the one guy behind me starts laughing like that. And he goes, ain't that the truth?
We got you.
Because for all intents and purposes, he confronted them too.
Yeah, right.
Like he physically entered my space. And so then we just start jaw jacking. And I mean, at that point, we just kind of cracked some jokes and kind of cleared the air a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you're such a piece of shit. And I'm like, and legitimately, if dude would have been like, you know what, man, I'm in a huge rush. I'm late for an appointment. He could have told me anything.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean,
I'm
anything
distracted.
with a reason that would have been justified for wanting to be in that spot, I wouldn't have cared. I would have said, absolutely, man, please.
Yeah, other than make me.
And
Basically.
that was the thing. It was like, what is with this level of entitlement that you fucks, like, you just get old and all of a sudden you're a huge cock? I just can't wrap my fucking head around it.
Yeah, maybe you just get to a point where you don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not 60 yet, so
I can't wait. Like,
Yeah.
do we like low key get like a letter from the government? Like, congratulations.
Maybe.
You've reached the age you get to be a fucking raging asshole to everyone with no repercussions.
Yeah, they send you like a UAW labor union's varsity jacket and a gold card. Like, here, wear this every time.
I just don't understand. And we've talked about this before. Like, I love my parents deeply, right?
Well, of course.
But we'll go out to eat, and I'm always going and finding the server in like their little nook and cranny and be like, listen, I don't know what my parents tip. If it's anything from my childhood, it's not going to be much. So here's 40 bucks right off the rip.
Yeah. Take this.
That's for you.
Yeah.
Whatever you get in addition, you don't have to say anything about it. Don't recognize it. I don't want to talk about this again. Here's your 40 bucks. Thank you so much. See ya.
It's probably going to be $4.61 on the button.
Here's your 10% tip. It's like, oh my God, please. You just. There it is. There it is. Yep. Well, the reason I do it preemptively is because my parents can be a little demanding. Ice water. My ice water's empty. It's like, oh my God, please.
Can I get more lemons?
I just want to like invert my skin and just be like, oh God, I just want to eat my food and leave. It's like, okay, time to go. Let's go.
It's like you need to end up being like that guy off the Reddit story that just throws a steak out the window, like just to cause a distraction, like, did you guys see that?
No, nobody saw that.
Did you guys see that?
What happened?
What an idiot.
I don't know. It's just, and we've all been there. But I'm seeing more of this like entitlement perspective in public.
That is the most absurd story. Because I know a lot of people who are like who are my age that are just waiting for somebody to say that to see if they still got it.
I'm putting them down.
Yeah, like holy shit.
Well, and I feel like it was such an unbelievable story.
That's crazy.
That when it happened, like I ended up we were at a gas station is what it was.
Right.
We were at a gas station in like Mount Morris.
Mm.
And it was fucking busy.
Yeah.
And I ended up sitting in my car for like 10 minutes. I'm like,
what the fuck?
I was just flabbergasted.
Mhm.
One, again, I'm also thinking, all those millennial thoughts like, oh my God, is this guy packing? Is somebody else packing? Is somebody else going to shoot me? Like, I'm going straight rural white guy. Like, oh my God, I don't want to get fucking murked in a fucking Mount Morris gas station. Like, that shit's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You just get like that, just avalanche of fucking crazy thoughts like, oh my God, am I going to have to go John Wick and do things that I know I'm not capable of physically doing?
Oh, yeah. This is why you've been doing core exercises. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to move super fast.
Super fast.
Then the replay, it's just me falling on the ground.
Yeah. It's like the Wolf of Wall Street when he thinks he drove home great. And then he gets out of the fucking, he sees the video and he's
I definitely need to be on lewds if I'm going to if I'm going to fucking abuse an old man verbally, that I need to be on Quaaludes, without a doubt. I don't fucking know, man.
Man, you and X have just had wild weeks.
I don't know. It's just crazy. And maybe it's just spring and I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the old guy was looking for a fight.
Yeah, this is the time.
He was
Something's in the air.
An old Golden Gloves boxer from the fucking Navy or something.
Maybe.
And he's like, just make one move, motherfucker. I'll put your ass
Maybe
down.
he was the one thinking that, like, fuck it, today's the day. Like, what are you gonna do?
That old bastard woke up, took his Geritol, and chose violence.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'm fucking everything up today.
It's probably the day to take his testosterone shot. He's all fucking juiced up.
He's all peaked out. He's like, yeah, sunshine it, bitch. Let's fucking go. I'll take you right now.
Yeah, vitamin D and pure pharmaceutical grade testosterone.
You old whippersnapper. Fuck you. Flip-flop wearing faggot. I mean,
that was the most boomer thing I've heard in a long time.
Just looking at me, I'm not a threatening individual, right? Nobody's going to hold their purse closer as I walk by.
That's a good thing, generally.
Generally, yes. Yeah. Until you're in a confrontation in a Mount Morris fucking gas station.
Yeah, with a fucking boomer.
Oh my God, it was just fucking so crazy. Sure. Please, from the audience.
Question. So there were two people behind you.
Yeah.
So when this gentleman slipped in front of you.
Yeah.
Did you turn around and make eye contact? Like, okay, who's
Oh no, I didn't need anybody to co-sign my shit. I was immediately in it all on my own. They co-signed it after the fact.
Yeah. Yeah, they just gave applause afterwards.
Yeah. The one girl, I mean, she could have been fucking 15, she could have been 20. I don't know. I'm no good at guessing ages with people that young anymore because I'm old.
No, me neither.
But she had both her headphones in and she was watching videos on her phone, but she was kind of laughing, so I think she could hear what was transpiring. But then the dude behind me was probably in his early 30s and construction looking guy, and he was just kind of laughing. He's like, dude, fucking par for the course, right? I'm like, really?
I know.
I'm like, fucking crazy. So that's who I was kind of joking with.
Right.
But no, I wasn't looking for anybody to co-sign my aggressive act of, tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, that's good. Own it. Yeah.
Well, and the way the gas station was set up, it was like they had the counter. You walk in through the door and the counter was on the left. So everybody would stage right there. But under normal circumstances, you'd walk in the door and go to the end of the line. Oh no, dude's just like, bloop, here I am.
Yeah. Nope, I'm in here. God, what a jerk.
I'm like, and again, I'm thinking like, what is my obituary going to read? Couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut for the last time. All he had to do was bite his tongue.
It's going to read tap, tap, tap.
Tap, tap, tap. Here lies a big fucking idiot. Can't keep his goddamn trap shut. It was fucking crazy though.
That is pretty wild.
It's a little bit of a story, but I mean, it's absolutely a valid rant where it's just like, is it really hard to be kind to people? To just take a breath and chill the fuck out, man.
Yeah.
Just relax. Life's okay. It's okay. And that's what I tell the kids all the time when we're talking, we got to go to practice. We got to go these places. They're like, Dad, the light was only yellow. Why didn't you go through? Listen, I'd rather be safe than sorry, man.
Nope.
Getting into an accident is really going to fuck up my night. Waiting an additional 60 seconds means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Yep.
I'm like, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Instead of sitting in the garage, tying your shoes, you're going to tie them in the fucking car. There, problem solved. Now we're good, right?
Yeah.
So relax.
Save time.
Life's good. Life's good. All right, let's jump right into Conspiracy Corner. Oh, because we just concluded Old Man Screaming at the Sky, brought to you by yours truly.
That was a loud scream.
Old man screaming at the sky at an older man who's just a huge cock.
I know. Do you think the young girl behind you was like, you should have seen this old guy yelling at the older guy? It was crazy.
I always wonder if like she hops in her car and like drops in a TikTok somewhere. She's like, these two old guys were going at it. Like, fuck you, bitch. I was like 20 years younger.
It's a geriatric fight in the gas station.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she
Well,
was.
that's absolutely not what I need. I need to think more about that. Like all of a sudden I'm going to, some asshole's going to be in the back and be like, World Star!
Oh,
For
man.
those of you Gen Z watchers, World Star was something we did in the early or late 2000s, early 2010s, whenever you saw something crazy going down and you had your old, really potato phones recording shit.
World Star was outlandish.
World Star was the best of the best.
It was just the most outlandish shit ever, dude.
Ours wasn't outlandish, but it was definitely ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. All right, Conspiracy Corner. And I think you picked a nice one because it sounds like we're not dealing with any of the crazy government shit. So that's what I'm excited about.
No, it isn't. So I don't know if you've heard about this before, and I'm probably gonna butcher.
Say all the things wrong.
It's not gonna be all of the things, but it looks like it's called the Dyatlov Pass Incident.
Oh yeah, I've
from
heard
1959.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually there's a short-ish documentary about it.
Yeah.
I watched it, I don't know, probably last year or so, and I totally forgot about it, but something on my Facebook memories popped up and I was like, holy shit, like that is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, brief overview. February 1959. Nine experienced hikers set out on a trek in the rural mountains of Soviet Russia.
Hold on. What qualifies experienced? So are these like people that were out for a Saturday jaunt, or were they were on like an expedition of sorts?
And it was an expedition.
Okay.
Because Soviet Russia, I mean, I don't know, I've never been there, but man, watching videos of it, the winters can be pretty brutal when you get up into the mountains, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to assume experienced hikers mean they've done things like this before. They've been out in the woods before, and there's 9 of them. So it's like, you probably feel secure with 9 people.
Sure, of course.
You know what I mean? Everybody takes care of each other. Absolutely.
Strength in numbers. Yeah.
And if I'm going to Soviet Russia, I probably want 9 people, you know, just to let everybody know.
Not if the Russians.
Very true. Very true. Circumstantial.
I want a Delta Force.
So 9 guys set out. So it says days later. I don't remember how many days, but it's days later. All of them are found dead under eerie and unexplained circumstances.
Okay.
So I just want to start off by stating they never actually found out what happened.
Okay, so it's still an unsolved mystery.
It's still an unsolved mystery.
Okay.
They're all dead, but they have no idea how they were killed.
Okay.
So
drugs, baby.
Yeah, so these guys obviously don't come back. People come out looking for them, right? So they find their tent. The tent is torn open from the inside as if they had like fled out. It's torn. They didn't go out the door. They went out the wall of the tent.
Oh, no shit.
And it was torn that way, like they were trying to escape from something, like something may have came in and they were trying to get out.
Okay.
So that was the very first thing that they noticed. Secondly, some of the people that they found were barefoot and in minimal clothing, despite absolutely freezing temperatures. You would have had to stay semi-clothed in your extra warm sleeping bag.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So their clothes are off. So the bodies were absolutely scattered, all 9 of them, and some of them were hundreds of feet away from the campsite. But it's fucking freezing and they're barefoot in the Arctic of Russia, right?
Holy shit.
How the hell did they get hundreds of feet away?
Yeah.
But you're thinking they tore the tent open. They're obviously running, but you got to be absolutely fucking terrified to run out there.
Yeah.
You know
knowing
what I mean?
that essentially that's certain death.
Yeah. Like,
you have
what
to
are
be
your
running
chances?
from certain death into certain death.
Yeah. Right.
That's fucking crazy.
Which is what I'm thinking. So several of them had horrific injuries, including skull fractures, missing eyes, and tongues. Like tongues physically ripped from their head, and missing eyeballs.
Jesus Christ.
So listen to this. Strangely, on like 3 victims, there was no external wounds found, but their bones were crushed, and the experts are relating it to like a car crash where you get this sudden impact and it crushes your bones on the inside, but they had no physical injury on the outside.
Holy fuck.
Which seems fucking crazy, almost like they got swung into a tree or something. You know,
Yeah, but even then
you'd
would
have
still
bruising
have,
and stuff. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I know, super fucking weird. So even weirder, some of the clothes had radioactive traces on them.
Okay.
How weird is that?
That's fucking insane.
That's super.
What that is.
That's super fucking weird. Like, why would they have any radioactive anything on them?
Especially in the fucking wild wilderness of fucking Russia.
Yeah, right. Out in the snow to boot.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, is there fucking your like radioactive uranium in the snow over in Russia? Like, what the fuck, you know?
Truly is the wilderness.
Ooh.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So listen, the theories, again, they don't know. But one of the theories was an avalanche. Plausible but disputed explanation since there was no clear avalanche evidence. Okay. So no, can't happen, most likely.
Right.
Theory, but can't happen. Second one is secret military testing. Some people believe the hikers were victims of Soviet experiments or weapons testing. But that's not why they were going out there. They were going, like, they weren't searching for military secrets or anything. They were going on this expedition.
So maybe the military just found an opportunity.
Possibly.
Right?
Possibly. Yeah. Like, hey,
like
we got
that,
these...
at least that's plausible. That feels like what they did. We were talking about with X the other night with like the brothels and the MK Ultra shit.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s and such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, why would they kill them all, though? But
well, I mean, you don't want any witnesses.
That's true. Hopefully they got brothels before the executions. Jesus.
I just assumed this was an orgy gone wrong. But based on what you're telling me the physical problems were, this is bad.
Show up and it's like, fuck, it's all dudes. What a sausage fest here. God damn it.
Where's the women? It's like from Eurotrip.
Yes.
The girls never came. The girls never came. Oh, what a great film.
So, two more theories. One was paranormal and UFOs. Given the mysterious injuries and glowing orbs, they think that they encountered extraterrestrial or supernatural forces.
Wait. What? They're just assuming glowing orbs?
No,
or
so
there were reports?
There were reports. Says witnesses later... sorry, I skipped that one. Okay. Witnesses later reported seeing strange orange orbs in the sky near the time of the incident.
Oh, okay.
So...
That's fucking trippy.
That's super trippy.
Yeah.
You know, and it'd be nice to know... like how close to the incident were they? Were they up in the sky? Were they down, you know?
Yeah.
The details are kind of vague on the entire thing, though.
Well, and I think at that point, everything would be verbally communicated. Nobody had cell phones. There was no cameras. Like, you were just...
For sure.
This is what I saw.
Yeah. Imagine this shit happening in 1959, though.
No,
like holy shit. Like, they don't have nearly the information that we do now. So everybody back then was probably like, what the fuck?
This is fucking crazy shit.
Dude, bones were crushed, but he didn't have any bruises, you know? Like, that'd be just some... That's pretty outlandish right now.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it seems wild. And then the other one was a Yeti attack. A more bizarre theory suggests a creature attacked them.
That's where I was going.
It makes the most sense with all of the evidence that they present.
Yeah.
Them trying to exit out of the tent, not out of the doorway, is the very first clue. Like, something came in there while they were in there.
Right.
Maybe at a weird time when they were changing. Maybe that's why, you know, some of their socks are off. Like, hey, we're going to move our clothes around. Fucking Yeti comes flying in your tent. What do you do? You know?
Well, and imagine, so like for the people that just had their bones crushed.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it was like a hug of death. You know, the Yeti picks you up and just goes, bleep,
oh, yeah.
and just squeezes the ever-living fuck out of you.
I didn't think about that.
You know, almost like putting them in a sleeper hold. From the audience.
I don't know exactly what I'm thinking. There was another opening open. So their initial exit was out the sidewall of the tent. And they said that they could tell by the tear in the tent that it was from the inside out. Like they had either cut it or ripped it.
So there was a second opening in a tent.
Correct. There was the actual doorway that you could come in and out. You know, it was just a little mountain tent, it looked like.
Right.
So there was the door there and they exited out this way. A little bigger. It looked like it could fit 2 or 3 people probably from the thing that they had on there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
That is super insane. It's wild because there's so much unexplained shit. And like that's something that's been reported. But I mean, through the hundreds of thousands of years of human history, I mean, how many of these situations have just gone by the wayside, brushed under the rug, attributed to a bear attack, attributed to anything else that it could potentially be?
100%.
That's the crazy part.
Well, I've heard some shit recently on these like expedition shows where they're talking about like the dog man. Have you ever heard of the dog man? And some
Is that like a skinwalker type thing?
kind of, but it's apparently like a giant werewolf that has some human traits. Like it can run on all four legs or
Yeah.
2 legs. It can stand up. It's got like hands that look like a raccoon, like a giant raccoon hand. And there's some
Not
theories
the raccoons.
the raccoon that got trash panda hands. They got imposable thumbs. They can just grab stuff.
Yeah.
But there was some theories on this show that it was like a government project. This trucker was this is actually in Michigan. It was up north in the UP.
Oh, yeah. And this motherfucker right here, I'm going to kidnap you and take you to the woods. Great. Sounds awesome. I would prefer to stay secure in my home.
This trucker.
Fuck you.
There's no crap.
It's enough from the audience.
This trucker claims that he saw one. He says he pulled over into a rest area because he had an airline issue, and he got out, fixed the airline issue, gets back in his truck and starts driving like on the on-ramp to get back onto the expressway. Instead, he looks over and there's this wolf head running with him. He said he was doing about 25 miles an hour getting onto the thing, and this thing was running next to him. And he said he actually put his hand on the truck window, like on the inside. He has windows down. So he picks up his gun and he shoots twice, and he says he shoots this thing. So he
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he's fucking freaking out, gets on the E-way. As he's freaking out, gets off at the next exit, doubles back around to the rest area, and he shows up and he says there's like 3 or 4 cars there. And he's like, what the fuck? So he pulls up to where he knows he shot that thing. And he said there's like a disturbance all over the ground, but the thing is gone. And he said there's like 5 guys there that end up being these federal agents, and they end up taking him in and talking to him.
No
And
fucking way.
This is, I don't know if it's true, but this is all on this documentary. Take him in and basically tell him that like, what the fuck are you doing? You shot our asset, blah, 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 blah.
Shot our asset?
Yeah, so they think that, like, so this other guy theorizes that these dog men are government assets, and we've used them already, like, in war, like over in fucking Syria and all these places, like, we'll let them go. So...
And they're just testing them in the northern Michigan woods.
In the UP, right.
Jesus Christ.
So... An actual true story that they branched off of this was a time that the U.S. government did try to use pets in war, and it was actually it was a fucking cat. It was a black cat that they trained. They put $20 million into this thing, and trained it, and they put little like microphone recorders like underneath its skin and its skull, and little receptors and shit in its neck. And they fucking trained this thing for a long time to go record. They wanted to record these Russian assets that were in New York. So they go to fucking release it like in Central Park where they found out these guys were meeting.
Yeah.
They fucking let it go, and it takes off running and gets smoked by a cab immediately. Doesn't even fucking make it over to the thing.
That just reeks of U.S. aid.
I know. I was like, holy shit. So then they said they stopped doing it because they were like, all right, that was a lot of time and effort. It didn't do anything. Stupid cat. Only had one life. $20 million, one life.
$20 million cat.
Yeah.
Like, I've never paid for some pussy, but $20 million is still pretty goddamn expensive.
And you got nothing for it. Nothing at all. It's like you paid for it.
But I think it's so much of the unknown, right? There's just so much crazy shit out there in the world nowadays. You just don't know what's real and what's not. And the thing that the argument that everybody goes back to is that everybody nowadays has like a high-powered camera on them at all times.
Yeah.
So if there were dogmen, if there were Yetis, if there were actual fucking UAPs, if there were this, if there were that, why the fuck don't we have any evidence?
Yeah, I mean, there's always
and
people
that is
looking for
such
this
a
shit.
valid argument.
For sure.
It is absolutely a valid argument.
We all want to see a body, right? We all want to see a Bigfoot. I don't want to see hair. I don't want to see footprints. Like I want to see.
Dude, I mean, come on. I'm a fucking geriatric millennial. I grew up with Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
You know, Harry and the Hendersons was fucking life.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was fucking classic shit. I would love to see a Bigfoot. I'd love to see proof of the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah. Any of these like
any
fucking crazy folklore type of things. That'd be so fucking crazy.
It would change the fundamental understanding of what our world actually has in it.
Yeah. The theory of evolution would be a little more logical.
Yeah.
To religious people. You know what I mean?
Because, maybe.
Well, it would at least have a little more weight, you know?
They latch on to shit and they just won't let it go. So we'll just leave it at that. I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I'm just saying, well, I
Yeah,
mean,
we don't have to say fish grew legs or anything, but
fish grew legs.
Yeah.
I came from an amoeba. I crawled out of the ocean. I'm something cool. But it's, it's just, there's so much crazy shit in the world nowadays.
If we did come from a Bigfoot, though, like, I am nowhere near the size of a Bigfoot. Like, why couldn't we keep our stature?
I only have one part of me that's relativistic to a Bigfoot. And that's the hair on my chest. I know where you were going, you fucking degenerate piece of shit.
I was going to say, look, I've seen you in skinny jeans, all right?
I don't have to tuck it down my right leg that far. I do love me some skinny jeans, though. Nothing wrong with that. Just everything feels bigger when everything's tighter.
It sure does. Look at these glutes, honey. Look at these glutes.
Ask me to do some squats.
Please.
Bend and snap, motherfucker. Bend and snap.
Oh, that's so funny.
Well, that's all I have for this week.
Yeah, me too.
I've ranted enough that like my core's been engaged and I'm feeling like I worked out.
What's your heart?
Oh God.
Has your heart rate peaked out at all during the episode?
Yeah. No, I'm back down in double digits, but it's like hovering right around now. No, I'm back at 102.
Now that you're thinking about it, yeah.
Yeah, just
millennial anxiety.
This is my millennial anxiety. I think Jessica's here and she just said, "Can you unlock the car?" I'm like, "No, I can't." So sorry. I guess this is a great time to finish the episode this evening.
Perfect.
But it's been great. Oh, shout out to my clients. They got me a bottle of Grit City vodka. It is limited edition Detroit. This is one pride.
Oh, yeah.
So as a recovering alcoholic coming up on 7 years of sobriety, I love that I get to leave this sealed, but it's going to be amazing sitting right here in my office on the podcast.
Yeah. We're gonna have to jazz it up a little bit.
Jazz what up?
The bottle, for throw it up somewhere, throw a little light on it,
No, I'm just going to stare at it. It's going to be a reminder of all the bad decisions I could potentially make and won't because I'm an adult. I'm a geriatric millennial.
There you go.
I can do the things. Yeah. Maybe. God damn it. Wife's calling me. Well, this is a perfect time to fucking conclude this week's episode. A huge shout out to our audience. Miss Courtney Schultz. Give her a round of applause. Let's go. Let's go. Having some in-studio work. I mean, maybe we got something going on here.
I think so.
Maybe we need a stage show.
It's the start of something fresh. Yeah, we'll make sure they're like a school though. We can push them into the wall, keep them out of the way.
Yeah. There's plenty of abandoned schools around Flint. We can just go snag some. Nobody'd even notice.
Pull them all out. We can get a little audience.
Realistically, though, if we're gonna end up with spectators, she just stumbled in here. Whereas me, if we wanted to actually have spectators, we probably have to pay them. So let's figure that out as well.
Well, we can pay them with vodka.
True story. We can
Come
pay
on,
with
shots
vodka
for everybody. Yeah.
Maybe we can steal some chicken wings because people are just stealing shit and cutting in line. So it gives a fuck.
Hell yeah. We can probably find an air conditioner somewhere.
Now you're.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, the dumbest boy in school. This bitch, fucking crazy shit. All right. Well, I am Johnny B. Good with Incredibly Uncensored, joined by my man,
I'm Mikey B.
Thank you, Courtney, for enjoying our madness this evening.
And Courtney.
And Courtney, our plus one. We're back to a throuple.
Yes.
I mean, if we keep up with this, maybe we can get her to be a regular.
I bet.
You can join in on the combo.
Yep.
She talked just about as much as X did, so that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, true.
Not a bad thing. We got mics, girl. We got mics. So, all right. Well, we will see you guys on next week's episode. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.